We always love to invite our morning buzz producer, Ryan, to the show.
You always got to plug that. That's my job, don't you?
Yes, you are the
Whack.
ultimate star of the morning buzz team.
I
What an
don't
honor.
know. I don't know.
What an honor, Ryan.
I
You know,
don't
I
know
have
about that one.
stop. I have to say that I was walking downstairs today and my mom usually turns on Alexa for my dog, right? To play her music to calm her down, which really doesn't calm her down at all because my dog does have like severe anxiety, like separation issues and she is very anxious.
Oh,
But she tries to like give her, to play her some music to calm her down a little bit and I heard Christmas jingles. And I don't know how I feel about that. Thanksgiving hasn't come yet.
yeah. I mean, I'll admit, we were. I drive Kaya to the studio.
You're my
On
chauffeur.
Thursdays, I am Kaya's personal Uber driver.
Yes.
And
He is quite expensive. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, as we all know. But no, I will admit, normally I'm like, it's turkey time, it's not Christmas yet. Kaya and I were jamming out to some Christmas tunes. I had to play her my favorite Christmas album that I listen to every year, Punk Goes Christmas, the deluxe album, playing some awesome pop punk themed Christmas songs. It was a time. It was a fun time. And then of course we played one of those songs right before the show, Christmas Lights by Yellow Card.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
It's
one.
a good one.
I miss punk. I really do. I miss it so much. Yeah. So I actually also want to introduce Mary, who's our news contributor for today's show, as well as Tommy Bavaro, our sports contributor. Thanks for joining us today. So, Mary, what's going on in the world of news today?
Well, in local news, New Jersey has begun to commit using offshore wind energy in order to provide power for 3.2 million homes. The State Board of Public Utilities voted to begin their plan to build transmission systems capable of 7,500 megawatts of electricity by 2035. In the US, New York City has begun to shutter school systems due to the spike in the COVID cases. Being the nation's largest public school system, Mayor de Blasio halted in-person classes to at least through Thanksgiving. There's been no statement on the criteria for reopening classrooms, but officials agree that there will be an increase in virus testing at schools. And in the Netherlands, European scientists and historians plan to recreate a library of scents throughout history. Their goal is to capture the sense of what people would smell in everyday lives starting from the 1500s. The team hopes to give insight to experiences of the past through historical encyclopedia of scents. Today's weather is partly cloudy with a high of 47 and a low of 38 with a 0% chance of rain. Today, there'll be a 49% humidity, the sunset at 4:35 and a cool night.
All right. Thank you so much. I came out today and it was super chilly. Jeez, it is so cold.
Oh yeah, it is like absolutely freezing outside.
It really is.
When I went out to get in my car this morning, my entire car was like iced over. It was like frosted over.
No way.
Yeah, I was running like a
geez.
few minutes late this morning just because I was literally sitting in my car with the heat on like 80 degrees.
I know you had
Just
the butt
trying to
warmers on.
defrost. Yeah, like trying to just defrost my entire car. It was a mess.
Oh man, I walked out today and I had the realization, wow, winter is coming. And it's coming
Yeah.
soon. It's here.
Nice.
Really gets us in the holiday spirit and the depression blues. We love to see that.
No, no sads. You know why no sads?
Why no sads?
Because it's gonna be a good day, and it wouldn't be a good day without sports.
Yeah, that was a great
Segue.
transition. All right, Tommy, cheer us up with the sports updates.
All right, so we're going into sports today, so let's do it. All right, so we kick off with today's sportscast with Week 11 of the NFL season with a battle of two arch rivals in the NFC North. I'm sorry, the NFC West. The Seattle Seahawks will host the Arizona Cardinals in a tiebreaker, who are both tied for first place in the division, as both teams are 6-3. The game will begin tonight at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Last night we had the NBA draft. It did take virtually after being delayed for months due to the ongoing pandemic. In the first overall pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves have drafted Georgia guard Anthony Edwards. The New York Knicks have drafted Obi Toppin in pick 8 of the first round. Meanwhile, they reportedly traded the number 23 pick, Leonardo Bolmaro, to Minnesota for the 25th pick, resulting in Emmanuel Quickly and Daniel Otro for the 33rd pick during round 1 of the draft. With the 19th pick in round 1, the Brooklyn Nets drafted Saddiq Bey. In round 2, the Nets reportedly drafted Jay Scrubb at 55, or drafted Jay Scrubb at 55, as both picks were reportedly traded to the Los Angeles Clippers. The Philadelphia 76ers drafted Tyrese Maxey in pick 21 of round 1. In round 2, they drafted Theo Maledon at 34, as was reportedly traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tower Bay at pick 36, as it was officially traded to the Dallas Mavericks. They drafted Isaiah Joe at pick 49 and Paul Reed at pick 58. And to close out today's sportscast, going into MLB, the MLB announced yesterday that the New York Mets second baseman, Robinson Cano, has been suspended for the entire 2021 season after he was tested positive for PEDs without pay. This is Cano's second positive test for the steroid stanozolol after receiving an 80-game ban in 2018. He will forego the entirety of his $24 million salary pay. And that concludes your sportscast for today. Back to you, Kai and Ryan.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy,
Yeah,
we wish you an awesome and amazing day.
Oh, thank you. And happy Thanksgiving, you guys, if I don't hear from you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it here. Do we have a Morning Buzz show next week?
Oh man, put me live on the spot on air. That is currently up in the air at the moment. Obviously, we at the station do enjoy having the occasional day off. You know, normally we are hard at work all the time, but it is good to take a break, be thankful for your family, and especially times like this, thankful for health. If your health is okay. So we at the station most likely we'll be taking a break. I'm sure some shows will still be airing. At the Morning Buzz, it's currently up in the air. Either we won't have a show or we will have a pre-recorded Thanksgiving special. So we'll probably announce that at the beginning of next week.
All right. So if you guys want to stay tuned with our updates, you can always follow us on Twitter at WMSC and Facebook at WMSC Radio. So we will make sure to let you guys updated on that. So make sure to follow our social media platforms.
Exactly. At WMSC on Twitter, using the hashtag WMSCBuzz. And then also we're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. If you're watching us now on Facebook, we're on Facebook.
Facebook Live. Hi, guys.
Heck yeah. Hello, Facebook.
Saying hi to my grandmother and mother. All my relatives watching. The true supporters, the true G's.
Exactly. But it's those true G's that keep the station going.
Absolutely.
You know what else keeps the station going?
Events.
I was gonna say the students go to events. It was a bit of a stretch.
Well, if you really think about it, as a college radio station, our primarily responsibility is to promote and give a platform for events happening on campus that could be overlooked.
Exactly, and some of those events, Kaya, are very prominently today. The Injustice and Power event. What is the mindset of a very powerful person who flaunts society's political and moral norms? Perhaps this kind of person is thinking that if you have enough power, injustice pays. You can log on for the next Philosophy for Lunch, which is about the topic injustice and power. That is today, November 19th, from 11:30 to 12:30. You can go online, kind of eat lunch, and discuss the philosophies of injustice and power. You can find that, obviously, if you go to Montclair State. You can check your email, and that will be under the events email. And then also, this is fun, Blind Love. So Real Abilities NJ is proudly hosting a screening and post-screening conversation with the actors and creators of a short film series that came out called Blind Love, as it follows 4 single blind millennials in their quest for love.
Oh, wow.
That is today, November 19th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Zoom for a live Q&A with the filmmakers and actors. So you can register for that on through the link in the email as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's giving me flashbacks to our film forum class that we took.
Oh, yeah. That was a great class.
That was a fun class.
There
were definitely some great films that I still have engraved in my mind till this day.
Oh.
If you know that one scene that I'm talking about.
Oh, some scenes that we can't describe on air. That's a fun class, though.
Hey, it's college, though. What do you expect?
It is college. Yeah, what do you expect?
It's part of the tradition.
Kai, do you like cartoons?
Yeah, I do like Looney Tunes, Pink Panther.
Well, guess what? There's a trivia night going on for cartoons. Today,
No way.
Thursday, November 19th from 8 to 9 p.m. in the Student Center ballrooms. It's an in-person event. If you do go to the in-person events, I would like to kindly remind the campus, people who are living on campus, please practice social distancing, wear a mask, bring hand sanitizer, maybe a little bit of lotion too, because it's getting cold out. Hands are getting kind of cracked.
Some cow milk.
Kaya
cream.
gave me some weird cow milk hand lotion today.
Hey, your hands feel smooth, don't they?
My hands feel like hipster hands. Yes,
yeah,
they
they
do.
smell like hipster hands, but they're nice and like baby smooth, baby butt smooth.
Exactly. And we
that was
might
not
be
weird
talking
at all. That was not weird at all.
And we might be and we'll be mentioning this a little bit later in the show, but to kind of wrap up the end of the events segment, very important week this week. It's Transgender Awareness Week, and tomorrow there's actually Transgender Day of Remembrance Vigil. That's tomorrow from 4 to 6:30 p.m. It's going to be online. Again, you can find that link in your Red Hawk update email.
Yeah. A look into the week.
Yeah, a look into the week.
Make sure you Montclair State students are checking your emails.
Yeah, you would have gotten it if you're wondering, Ryan, where's this email? Tell me. It's okay. I will tell you. It was sent to you on November 16th.
That's right. You can always search it up as well.
Exactly. The top is 5-day challenge, Transgender Week, and more. That's kind of the email. So that's what's going on at MSU.
Thank you, our events coordinator for today.
Yeah, exactly. And, as much as I would love to stay, I'm not going to be staying because we have the legendary Crystal Santos back in the flesh. Not in the flesh,
back.
in the virtual
Good morning,
flesh.
everyone.
VIP, virtually in person. What's up, girl?
You guys are hilarious. And I just want to put it out there that it's okay that I got a little lay on the head start, but it's okay because you know why, Kaya and Ryan?
Why?
And Mary. It's my birthday, so I get a pass.
Happy birthday! Do we have a birthday song on Next Gen?
I don't believe we have a birthday song on Next Gen, but happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday.
I'll give you a pass.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday
What is happening? Is this
Happy
gonna get copywritten?
birthday, dear Crystal.
Zuckerberg, please don't come for me.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hopefully that doesn't get copyrighted. I apologize.
Thank you.
I had
Crystal,
to. It's Crystal's birthday.
It's true. Crystal,
just
very
got
happy
serenaded.
birthday. Before we start the show, how old are you turning today?
I am turning 22. Can you believe that?
I don't know about
22.
you, but I'm feeling 22. Love
Okay,
it.
this entire video is gonna be copyrighted now.
Absolutely. It's okay. The Zuck will make an exception. All right.
Radio listeners.
I'm gonna disappear.
We're doing. I didn't know that it was karaoke session today. Only for Crystal though. Oh, happy 22nd birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What do you have planned for today? Real quick, tell us.
So really quickly, I am being a responsible person and I am not doing anything, to be quite honest with you. Typically I always like to be not to get too dark in here, but I kind of like to be by myself a lot of the time.
Okay.
And I think today, and with everything going on and just COVID and stuff like that, I think I'm just gonna plus Thursdays tend to be my busiest days. I do have class back to back until 7:30, so there's not really doesn't leave me much room. So I'm really not gonna do anything in conclusion. But I do appreciate you singing to me, Kaya. That was beautiful. And yeah, what I'm gonna do for my birthday is spend it with you guys.
Oh, and hey, you are more than welcome to order yourself some takeout and just watch your favorite movie and stay up till 2. At least that's one thing. Oh, happy birthday, Crystal. We're so happy to have had you and still have you on the Morning Buzz on the Thursday edition. And we wish you an awesome day. You deserve it, girl.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so now we're going to move on to a serious story, and this is currently what's happening in our country right now in terms of COVID-19, and it's a good reminder for everyone out there who is not following with COVID-19 news that yes, cases are skyrocketing and hospitals are overwhelmed with virus cases as of right now. So overwhelmed hospitals are converting chapels, cafeterias, waiting rooms, hallways, and even a parking garage into patient treatment areas. Staff members are desperately calling around to other medical centers in search of open beds. The number of people in the hospital with COVID-19 cases in our country has doubled in the past month. As of Tuesday, nearly 77,000 were hospitalized with the virus. Newly confirmed infections per day in the US have exploded more than 80% over the past 2 weeks to the highest levels on record, with a daily count of 160,000 cases on average, newly coming up. Cases are on the rise in all 50 states, and deaths are averaging more than 1,155 per day, which is the highest we've experienced in months. This surge is leading governors and mayors and public officials to ensure and administer mask mandates, limit the size of private and public gatherings ahead of Thanksgiving, ban indoor restaurant dining, close gyms, or restrict the hours and capacity of bars, stores, and other businesses. Over at New York City school system, which is the largest in the nation with over 1 million students that currently are enrolled in the New York City school system, is actually suspending in-person classes, as stated yesterday, due to the rising infection rate. Texas is rushing thousands of additional medical staff to overworked hospitals as the number of hospitalized COVID-19 patients statewide accelerate toward 8,000 for the first time since a deadly summer outbreak. And in the Texas city of El Paso, morgues have been overwhelmed, and jail inmates are actually being paid $2 an hour to help transport bodies of virus victims. And the crush of patients is forcing the city to send its non-COVID-19 cases to hospitals elsewhere in the state. More than 5,400 extra medical personnel have been deployed, and this is a quote from Lara Anton, a spokeswoman for the Texas Department of State Health Services. So more than 5,400 extra medical personnel have been deployed around Texas by the state alone. And that doesn't include the help surging into Texas from the military and volunteer organizations, end quote. And in Maryland, actually in Kansas, hospitals are converting spaces such as chapels and cafeterias for use by COVID-19 patients, which was relayed to AP News by a spokeswoman for Kansas Hospital Association named Cindy Samuelson. And we're seeing in Maryland, health officials are setting up centralized clearinghouses with information on available ICU beds so that if smaller hospitals need to transport their patients to larger hospitals, they have a single phone line to communicate between the smaller hospitals and the larger hospitals and to speed up the transition and the transfer. So the pandemic indeed is grueling and has been, and surges in COVID cases are going to bring us back to stricter precautions that we experienced back in spring. However, there is a small bright light at the end of this dark and rigid tunnel. So COVID-19, there's a COVID-19 vaccine called Pfizer, and it is 95% effective, and it is seeking clearance soon. New test results show that the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine is safe and also protects older people most at risk of dying. The last data needed to seek emergency use of limited shot supplies as the outbreak worsens across the globe. This announcement came from the Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech, and this is just a week after they revealed their preliminary results. And this comes as the team is actually preparing to ask U.S. regulators to allow emergency use of the vaccine and to have it passed by the Food and Drug Administration. Pfizer and BioNTech have initially estimated the vaccine is more than 90% effective after counting a group of the earliest infections that occurred in the final stage testing. They've actually accumulated more infections, 170, and only 8 of them occurred in volunteers who got the actual vaccine rather than the comparison dummy shot. And one of these 8 developed severe disease, the company did reveal. The companies have not yet released detailed data on their study, and results have not been analyzed by independent experts. It's also said to be determined are important questions such as how long will the protection last and whether people are going to need boosters, leading experts to caution that people should focus less on specific numbers and more on the overall promise. And earlier this week, the competitor, which is Moderna, Inc., probably mispronounced that, I apologize, also announced a similar effectiveness of their own COVID-19 vaccine candidate, which is actually made from and derived from the same brand new technology, which is using a genetic code of the coronavirus to train the body to recognize if the real virus is coming along in the system. And all eyes are on the potential vaccines as the infection rate does jump and skyrocket in the US, and preparing for the winter weather, forcing people indoors as the virus continues to spread. So this is a lot of information about just relating to COVID-19 right now and about the vaccines that are coming in place. How are you guys feeling about, are you guys anxious and eager to test out or just go get your vaccine shot as soon as it comes out?
Kaya, I was having a discussion with my friend the other day, and I was like, are you gonna go get the vaccine? Like, if it's, once it becomes like good for like the public to get and all this stuff gets done. And she was like, I would think about getting it, but I will definitely not be one of the first people, just because, well, you know how people tend to be when they feel like something's about to become scarce, toilet paper, water, you name it, they just start running and loading up on it. And although you can't load up on vaccines, I'm sure a lot of people are going to run to clinics and their doctors to get the vaccine. So she is right in part of that. People are going to rush to go get it. And well, in part of me, I think that works out in my benefit because, first of all, I wouldn't just go and get it because, there's so much, like, we don't know yet, like, is there any side effects? And, like, yes, it may work, but is it doing something else to my body? And there's just so many things that I wouldn't want to be, poor people and, people of color tend to be like the guinea pig, like, oh, let's try this. Like, they're usually the one with the less resources. People who tend to be wealthy, they just can be like, go do their own research and find out how effective it is, if there's any side effects. They can hire their scientists. On the other hand, we can't, or I can't. So I'll definitely let whoever wants to try it first, and then if I see that they're good, then I will go and get my vaccine. But how
Oh my
about
goodness.
but
let other people test it out first. No, but the thing is, we have to recognize that these companies are working hard and to, with clinical trials and to make sure that it is as effective as possible. And that's why they're speaking to regulators from different countries, and as well as the Food and Drug Administration, which have specific procedures to ensure that the vaccine is safe to give to others. And if you look at the anti-vaccine campaigns that were on Facebook, how there was just a bunch of these articles that were posted on Facebook that were stating just false information and were actually removed from Facebook, which is a pat on their back for making sure that they're only allowing real news and just factual news to be on the platform. But, in terms of the vaccine, I just have to trust that the companies are doing what they can, and that our Food and Drug Administration and just anyone on board of the COVID-19 committee in our nation is like, just that they know what they're doing, and if they know what they're doing, then I would kind of be first in line, I guess, because there's people around me that are at risk, I have people who are immunocompromised and, people that have respiratory issues. So I'm not playing around. That's the end goal. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm just trying to stay hopeful,
absolutely, and as you should. Mary, would you get the vaccine if it were to become available tomorrow? Would you go be one of the first people to go get the vaccine? I'm curious.
I wouldn't be the first one. I'm kind of with you on the fact that I'd wait for some people, but I'm glad that there's like a vaccine in the works, because I remember a couple weeks ago there was some rumors saying that there wasn't going to be a vaccine until 2024, but I think that was a really big stretch.
Yeesh. That's a stretch.
Yeah. But
Don't tell me that I can't take another 3-4 years of I can't.
well,
No,
and I mean now they're just rumors because the vaccine is in the works.
Hey, Pfizer officials estimated that they might actually get a hold of just to get a hold off the pandemic by late summer of 2021. So
Honestly,
look at that. That's a goal.
to know that by late summer of 2021, like when I tell you that I heard it, when I just heard you say it, like my heart didn't jump, didn't do anything. It's just like, you told me that everybody always speculated like, oh, it's gonna be done in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, and now we're what? How many months is it since like March stuff started really getting crazy? So like March, what month are we in? 11, 3. That's what 8 years. I mean 8 years. Imagine.
Wow,
8
girl, your mathematics are on point today.
No, but on a serious note, I just think it's crazy, and kind of going to the first part of your story, Kaya, of like, hospitals are getting overwhelmed again. Just I was reading this article earlier today that was kind of talking about not today, like 2 or a day ago, about 800 nurses in Pennsylvania who staged a walkout to protest dangerous working conditions that are being caused by understaffing. And that just gets me nervous, because if these frontline workers kind of just say, you know what, like I don't feel appreciated, like this is too much for me, too dangerous, because again it takes a toll not only on their physical health but also on their mental health. I feel like, what are we gonna do without nurses? Like they are literally like that group that we call like the backbone to our country. Like they do a lot for us. And
Yeah, they're like the first responders in the pandemic, and I'm truly just appreciative and like just so much support towards the nurses and doctors and surgeons. And uh my mom is she's like a recreational therapist. I like forgot the word for a second, and also elderly centers, right? Elderly centers and retire homes. They're it's like the cases there are rising as well. So honestly, I don't know how they're going through this right now and how they have the drive to continue going forward. And they're human too, and they deserve to break down once in a while, and because this is a very serious matter, and they're just horrors that you experience in it, and just seeing these people on just sick. So honestly, they're the superheroes, and I don't know, like I feel like I feel more inspired to actually show more to show more gratitude towards them. Whatever, if you know somebody that is a nurse or a recreational therapist or a doctor, send them the kind note, you know what I mean? Just be like, hey, I'm thankful that you're I'm thankful that you are just alive and doing your job and helping others. I had to say that out there. Spread positivity, guys. They're really they're overworked and they're tired, and some kind words might help them, and it starts with the people that you know.
And what gets me thinking about this whole like Pfizer vaccine and all of this, like I just wonder how the anti, like vaxxer community will respond to, getting a COVID-19 vaccine. And if, what if having a COVID vaccine becomes like mandatory? Like, I'm sure it's a smart move after, everything, and I see everybody take it. It'll probably be the smartest move. But I wonder, are people going to be so like okay with me, like, for example, if it gets forced, like you have to get the COVID-19 vaccine in order to travel or to go to school or just anything. Like, I don't know. I wonder how people are going to respond. Mary, you're an on-campus resident, right?
Yeah, I'm living on.
And I know they haven't mandated any COVID type of vaccine on you guys, but I know
They mandated the flu shot.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I took the words out of your mouth. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going, and I'm just curious, like, how does that whole situation make you feel as a student, as a person? Like, just tell me.
I mean, I'm glad that they're like enforcing new rules to help stop the spread because I know that there's been a lot of on-campus cases. Before it was just you'd scan in and then take your mask down so that they'd see it was you, but now they're making us do hawk check, take our temperature, and I feel like they're really putting an effort to stop the spread on campus and like protect our little bubble, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Um,
and I mean, the one of the amazing things right now with Montclair is that it's one of the few universities that are still open, right? And that are allowing dorming on campus. So it's awesome that, you know, and this is my personal opinion and not reflecting of the station itself overall, but I think it's important. You know, flu shots are, especially for those who are immunocompromised, right? And the combination of the flu going around and as well as COVID-19 is not a great combination whatsoever. And if you could take the precautionary steps, this is my personal opinion, then you know, why not?
for sure.
So
And I think, just speaking to a couple of students, I think Mary is one of the, I don't want to say few, but she's definitely some of the, there's mixed reviews and I mean reviews, there's mixed opinions on this topic on
yes, there is.
the university mandating the flu shot on its residents. But, you know, it is what it is. Mary does have, you know, right in saying that they're just trying to protect the bubble. And then, like you said,
That's true.
Montclair is one of the few universities who are still able to be open. So, and you know, not to make our listeners sadder or
Uh-oh. On your birthday? Uh-oh.
no, but nobody can be sad on my birthday. But our next story is a sad spin on a Christmas story. A
Oh,
cat
yes.
in Cumberland County is paralyzed after being shot by an air rifle. And
Oh, my.
when I read this, I was like, oh no. It's currently resting at a local animal clinic while staff searches for a person to foster it. The young female cat was found on Magnolia Drive in Commercial Township, and it was taken to the animal clinic of Millville, according to a Facebook post by the Shore Animal Control. Vets originally thought the cat, who has been named Magnolia, was hit by a car because she was dragging her legs and could not walk, but as an x-ray showed that her spine had actually been pierced by a bullet. According to NJ.com, the Shore Animal Control said the New Jersey State Police were handling the investigation into the shooting of the cat and that anybody with information should report it. But this cat is young, so she has a long road ahead of herself, and it makes me sad because now she can't walk. That's what cats do: move around, jump around, do this, do that.
Yeah, I wonder who possesses an air rifle.
Um,
And, you know, and
great question.
why would you be targeting a little kitty? Oh, no. No, honestly, it's super sad, but you did say that that the kitten is very young. So, you know, I think that it's starting out young with its obviously with its disability now, it's gonna learn to live through that. I feel like it might have been even more harsher for the cat and just harder to deal with if, you know, the kitty did get it like later in adult life because the cat would have already been accustomed to, you know, having all four legs, and you know that change would have been very drastic. And you know, that's kind of one of the lighter things. But I mean, the kitten is in foster care, so I really, really hope that just the story will inspire viewers to actually go foster this kitty. Oh,
I know. I just feel like, okay, not to be that person, but I'm going to be that person. But
uh-oh.
I just wonder, why didn't they just put this cat down? And I say this, like,
Okay.
I know it's terrible, like, I know it's young, but realistically speaking, it's going to have a very, very hard life. Just trying to, like, it can't move around. I mean, it can drag itself, yes, but you know, it's still going to be like, even if it finds a foster home and someone to kind of adopt it and take care of it, I just hope that whoever does adopt it, it's someone who, you know, has the time and patience. Because if they don't, I just feel like, please do not sign up for it. If you know you're not gonna have time or patience for it, because it's why put a cat into more misery.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point, Crystal. You do have the decision or the option to put the cat down, but yet again, the kitty is very young. So, if the veterinarian believes that the kitty could have and I love how I'm saying kitty all the time, the kitten could have a good life and is in good stable health, and with the right care and the right people to foster the kitty, then I honestly wish it the best life. And, there's so many people and so many animals that have disabilities that are living great lives and just trying to persevere from it. So if anything, the cat's other senses or the abilities will actually heighten because of that. And honestly, I want to follow up now. I want to follow up and see how this kitty is doing. Is there a name for this kitten?
So before they kind of named it Magnolia. It's kind of like an impromptu name, like this is gonna be Magnolia, in order for, to find an owner. And I just feel like I really do hope. I got this story from NJ.com, and I truly do hope that they follow up, and hopefully the cat does find a It's been weeks since it's been there, and I just hope someone adopts it. Be that person and be a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, that's a great point. But the thing is, one thing I wanted to actually mention is that air rifles are actually kind of common, and maybe not so much up in the north, but maybe in the southern states. But the bigger question is, do we think someone will come forward and take responsibility for this? And what happens if this is actually a kid that did this? That had the possession of an air rifle? Should they be held responsible as well? And I kind of want to ask this question towards Mary and see what she thinks.
Well, I agree that it's sad that the cat's going to have to live with that for the rest of its life, but we've had a lot of other news stories where animals have disabilities, and I know that they have wheelchairs for dogs. I'm hoping that we have enough technology in a sense where we could help the cat, be able to move, not in the way that it would normally, but enough so it doesn't have to drag its legs around, because that's so sad. And I'm sad that somebody would do that, where they would see a cat and want to harm it in that way. But also there's so many nice people who want to help the cat, it's in foster care right now looking for a home, and I'm holding on to hope for that.
Yeah.
And Mary, you make a great point. How can someone, because I'm here, to be quite honest with you, I'm here thinking that it was an accident. If I'm being quite honest with you, I'm not exactly very clear on what an air rifle is. But I will say that, if this was done intentionally, which I don't know why I didn't think of it. Well, no, I know why, because I have, hope in humanity that there's not people out there so cruel that it will do something like that to a cat who can defend himself, who can't say anything. Which is why my mind didn't even go there. But you make a great point, Mary. What if this was intentionally and they just said, you know what, we're just playing around, it's all fun and games, all giggles, and then they just shot it. And now look, it can't walk. That's terrible. It's such a
and also they say, it seems that a rifle is actually like a BB gun, and it's like an airsoft gun, but it does shoot, right? And it can harm those that are being targeted, right?
Clearly.
Animal, yeah. So it's not a toy at all. It is, however, less dangerous and less powerful than an actual gun. But I don't know, guys. I honestly, I'm praying for this kitten. I him or her, I wish that this kitten has a great life, has people that are, in that will take care of the cat and will be in great care. And whoever is responsible for this, they will find out who it is. And, if it is a child, then I feel like it should still be held some kind of responsibility. I don't know if prison is in the question at all, but if anything, it does, prison, that's extreme. But it should be responsible. That's how you learn, right? We're all been punished for our dumb mistakes in the past, and we learned from it. It's life. So best wishes to the kitty, and hopefully the kitty finds a good home. And we're actually going to go to a break right now, but we promise right after this break here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, we're going to have some awesome, sweet stories like an owl in a Rockefeller tree and Michael B. Jordan named Sexiest Man Alive. All right, we'll see you in a few.
Houston, the Hawk has landed. This is one small step for man, one giant leap for college radio.
You're listening to 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We're currently in a break right now. So
hey, this is Peter with my show, Electric Trance. Tune in Thursday nights, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., where I'll play all different kinds of dance and electronic music from artists like Steve Aoki, Marshmello, and Sober Rock. Come hang out on WMSC Upper Montclair.
WMSC would like to welcome students new and old to MSU. We are pointing out some of the services and rules on campus to help everyone endure the first weeks of college. Montclair State knows that college isn't exactly the easiest time on someone's mind. To help, the university has CAPS, counseling and psychological services, to help you adapt to your college life and stay healthy. CAPS is committed to ensuring that every student is able to work through any problems that may arise, whether emotional or psychological, and they can refer to other professional help if needed. CAPS is 100% free and will never turn someone away. For more information, go to montclair.edu/counseling and psychological services.
All right, we're back. Hoot, hoot, hoot. It's an owl in a Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. That's a cute little story we have for you guys. A worker helping out set up a Rockefeller Center Christmas tree found a holiday surprise, a tiny little owl in one of the humongous branches of this humongous Christmas tree that we get every year. And this little bird, which is actually named Rockefeller after the incident, was discovered this Monday, and it was dehydrated and hungry, but unharmed, said the director and founder of the Ravensbeard Wildlife Center in guys, help me out, somewhere upstate New York. I'm not going to even dare to pronounce that name. Sorry, guys. Where actually the bird was taken. So the director, Kalish, said that the bird is an adult male saw-whet owl, one of the tiniest owls. It was taken to a veterinarian on Wednesday and it's super healthy, has a clean health record. All is well. Kalish also said that he, quote, he's had a buffet of all you can eat mice, so he's ready to go, end quote. Their plan is to release the owl back into the wild this weekend. And this tree that the owl was found in is a 75 foot, 23 meter long Norway spruce. And it has been brought to Manhattan on Saturday from Onuenta, New York, in the central part of the state. Oh, you little adorable thing! And yeah, look at that little creature, so cute. What a holiday surprise!
Honestly, Kaya, we were all good, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cute story. Like, it was a cute intro." And then you read the part that I had a buffet of
mice.
And then I was like, you know what? That's not so cute anymore for me.
No, actually, I was super surprised. I didn't know that owls ate mice.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know.
I was like,
That
why?
was
Oh, that's sad.
sad and kind of gross. Not kind of. It is
Like
gross.
a different like arrangement, a plate of different colored mice. Choose your pick, Rockefeller.
But I will say, have you guys seen the pictures of the tree? I know this is about the owl, but have you guys seen the picture of the tree? I know a lot of people on Twitter were basically saying that the tree was almost a metaphor of how 2020 has been going, and I
Oh,
thought
it's
it
so
was
ugly.
I thought it was
Oh no.
the funniest thing ever. And like as you can see, it for those who are tuning in through Facebook,
Facebook
look at
Live.
this tree.
Oh no.
It's had a hard life.
It's a sad boy.
That is the
No,
saddest
no.
tree I've seen. Oh my god.
Oh wow. No, it is a metaphor for 2020.
Yeah, with everything going on, you know how Twitter is. They just started saying like, "Oh, this is like the perfect metaphor. This is how 2020 has been going." But I'm still hopeful that once they decorate it, once they light it up, it's gonna look great.
Hey, that tree needs some extensions. It needs some extensions there, some fake branches to like fluff it up a little bit. But the thing is, oh wow, and this is just a video of them actually lifting the tree up and untying it. The thing in the picture before that we saw was that it was still tied up, like half of it, the top portion was still tied up. So that's why it looked kind of like super just scrawny. But like here it looks a little bit better. No, not so much. I lied.
Depends what angle you look at, right? That's definitely important.
I mean, it looked better tied up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, imagine, because they pay a lot of money for those Christmas trees, like millions of dollars. So imagine, like, the investors, they're like, wow, what did we get left with this year? Unless they did it on purpose to make it a 2020 metaphor, but I don't know, guys.
Hope it was free because
it's $1 million. They pay so much money. And actually, when you look at the picture of where the Christmas tree was extracted from, it's in someone's backyard. It was literally in someone's like front yard.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Absolutely. And also, yeah, and so like I was also wondering when I was looking at this article, is like, so how do they actually end up picking these Christmas trees, right? How does the Rockefeller Center find these Christmas trees? And it's actually super simple. On the Rockefeller Center website, there's a contact us page, and in the drop-down category question, it literally just says submit your tree. And all you have to do is type in your name, address, and most importantly, the height, because that's like the big, outstanding factor, right? If it's a tall tree, you have a higher chance. And of course, a description of your tree. So like what's different about it, like what kind of a breed is it? What kind of a type of tree?
What kind of type? I don't know what kind. I'm going to say that Rockefeller or whoever the center, whoever chose, had the executive decision of choosing a tree was catfish, and
yes, looked better tied up.
Yeah, there you go, Kaya. Looked better tied up. But I have a question for you ladies, because this kind of makes me sad because, I was the type of person I feel like I'm always busy, and I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I don't have time to, we're right at the city. Like I've never been to Times Square for, New Year's Eve. And I've never seen the Rockefeller tree up close. I think I saw it with my friends like 2 years ago, but it was already like, after Christmas, when I think they have it on for a couple of days, and then after that it'll still be there, but like it won't be lighted up, or something always just happens, like not the full on experience. Or even when it first gets lighted up, I haven't gone to one of those. And now with COVID, I'm kind of sad because I think this year's definitely, it's not going to be the year again. And Mary, have you been to New York City to see the Rockefeller tree in person?
I've seen it, but on accident. I was lost. And I had to, and I was looking around.
That's a great
I just saw this big tree, and I was like, "Oh, that's the Rockefeller tree. Cool."
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you look tall. You look tall in person. You're green. All right.
That's a great story. I just stumbled upon it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I think the tree this year, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and just say it's not photogenic.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, there's many times where like I got a Christmas tree, from a store, and it looked scrawny, like when we just untied it. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's like it looks a little, it's a little deceiving, right? Because they make it look cute in the store, and then you bring it to the house, and whether the tree is dehydrated, or I don't know, some of the branches fall off when you tie it to the car and it just whooshes away as you're driving 50 miles per hour. But like usually once you put the ornaments on it, like it makes it a lot better. So, you know, we have to also judge this tree after the ornaments and extensions are put in.
Right. That's for sure. For sure.
I'm kidding about the extensions. However, I would not be surprised if they did put in some fake branches.
Hello, to fluff it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little extra. Like,
Yeah,
volume.
you know, and I did want to bring this up, and you know, I've never had a real tree, right? I've always gotten kind of like those fake ones, like year after year. You kind of recycle because
That's a tragedy.
We use recycle. So I've never had a real tree, and I mean, I guess I'm fine. I'm fine with not having a real tree. I mean, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Kaya, Mary, how do we feel about this?
Oh my goodness. You've had a fake tree all your life?
Yes. Have I been missing out? What is going on? Because I feel like you look very disappointed.
Are you serious? The whole premise of Christmas, the whole holiday spirit and joy, right? The entire meaning of December is getting a Christmas tree and making it, and just having the natural smell of the branches, you know, and the oils in the tree, and like touching the branches and it being sticky from little circle at the end of the branch, and you know, watering your Christmas tree and being a good child because you have to take care of the plant. Like that's the whole premise of Christmas too. Just having that nice Christmas tree.
I'm gonna have to jump in, Crystal.
All
You're
right,
nuts.
says the guy with the flannel shirt.
Absolutely nuts.
The lumberjack in studio.
Yeah, real tree or no tree is my 2 cents on this topic.
Okay.
Unless you have a tree allergy, then I understand.
Yeah,
people have Christmas
that's
tree
understandable.
allergies. That's the only acceptable excuse.
I don't think I do. I've never, I don't know. Like I feel like we've always just kind of it was always like a plastic one. I don't know. But I will say that good news. I am one of those people who wait until Thanksgiving to put up the Christmas tree.
Yep, me too.
But I will say that my mom, for like the first time for my entire life that I can remember, it's the first time where she's like, I want to get a real tree. Which is why I thought
this year, are you officially announcing that this year the Santos family is getting a real tree?
I don't want to promise anything, but it's looking like
no.
that because everybody's like, my mom, this is the first time she was like, yeah, but I want a real one. And like, honestly, the comment caught me off guard because I'm like, are you serious? Because I know that they can be messy. And
they are.
I'm not sure if it's because I live more in like a city type of area where it's like very, you know, populated and stuff like that. But only one of my friends that I've known and gone to their house, obviously pre-COVID, past Christmas, I only know one friend who had a real tree.
Wow.
And you know when it starts kind of like shedding, so I was like, ooh, it's kind of messy.
Hey, that's no excuse. Because you're in the city, you're closer to the Christmas tree. Like you have those like Christmas tree little alleys where they like open it up and they have the, you know, the bunch of tied up Christmas trees like next and like the 2 blocks away.
Yeah, the
definitely
churches
easier
around
access.
Here. The churches around here usually are the ones who kind of have for you to walk around and pick your Christmas tree.
Choose your pick.
Not yet. I'm gonna go though, Kaya, because now I feel like I have to. Because everybody
you have to. That's literally, it will make you so much happier, and I feel like just the scent of it. Okay, but wait, hold on. I mean, yes, the scent of the Christmas tree would just make you a happier person, and you feel more in the holiday spirit, and it'll just make you more jolly and help you get through finals. But also, I do have to say that a Christmas tree at night is the scariest thing ever. The amount of times when I lived in Brooklyn for 17 years, I would, you know, it was a very tiny apartment and I'd always have to cross by the Christmas tree at night to get to the restroom. Even though the restroom was right across from my bedroom, I'd always see it or get a glass of water. It is the scariest thing in the dark. It's a monster and I'd always like run past it. Like I could not look at the Christmas tree. It looked scary. Monstrous.
You need to put some lights in on it so it doesn't look that scary.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's like a fire hazard to have the lights on throughout the entire night, you know. But we would always have it. We always have it off, and yeesh, I have so many nightmares because of like just Christmas trees in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Right, but hey, maybe this year will be the year where I get a Christmas miracle. No, I'm kidding. But maybe
You know-
this will be the year where I get a real tree.
You know what is a Christmas miracle, Crystal?
What, Kaya?
Michael B. Jordan being named People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Yes, 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 yes. And I 100% agree with People's Magazine. I will say that this has been not the highlight, because I'm sure there's a lot of nice things that has happened in 2020, but this is definitely something to be happy about. Jordan, who was raised in Newark, New Jersey, which he's a local, so I feel like it's even more amazing. By his parents, Donna and Michael A. He credits his entire family for being a grounding force throughout the years. He actually told People magazine, quote, "My mom and dad sacrificed so much to provide for my sister, brother, and me. I'm just grateful, honestly. It's like all have had such an impact on me and who I am and how I approach each day. Without that, a lot of things about me just wouldn't be the same. So it comes back to the foundation. I'm really thankful for that." I guess,
Aw, Jordan.
right? We're in the spirit of Thanksgiving and being thankful. And in the interview, he also mentioned that as for who will be the most excited for his new title, he insisted that the women in his family are, quote, "definitely proud of this one." He says, "When my grandmother was alive, it was something that she collected. And when my mom naturally reads it a lot, and my aunts as well, this is one that they're definitely going to have a special place for." And I'm sure
Crystal, you know what's sexy? When a man, you know what's sexy is when a man is a family man and when he respects his women in the family. That is sexy.
to all the young males. I forgot
what, Crystal, what are you trying to say?
For the young males out there,
put that on your Tinder profiles. We'll be checking.
Kaya has spoken. If you are a family man, you're a different tier.
You are a Kaya's man. If you're a family man, you're a Kaya's man. You're a Chris's man.
There you go.
Oh, but that's super sweet. Honestly, I know Michael B. Jordan okay. I'm gonna get roasted for this. Is his dad Michael Jordan?
No. I'm just gonna reply to you right now.
No, but actually, I did do research. Well, not research, but I did do a quick Google search, and I checked his father, and it said he was a professional basketball player.
Oh,
Ryan, can you fact check that real quick?
Seriously, I mean, again,
he was a professional basketball player. That's what I saw in a quick Google search. So he might have not been Michael Jordan, but
right.
I'm not that. No, that was pretty awful. I knew it was coming. Oh man,
I'm not 100%.
Like, Kaya, don't do it.
I'm not 100% sure because I am not a sports person, but I have heard people confuse him, honest mistakes, and I think he said no, that's not my father. So that's why I'm pretty sure. But
his dad is a basketball player or former professional basketball player, same name, Michael Jordan.
Michael A. Jordan, right?
Yeah, Michael A. Jordan, not the Michael Jordan.
Okay, you know what, guys?
And he is the principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets.
Do I get 50% redeemed? Not so much. I feel like that was a really awful mistake.
I give it to you. It actually is a common misconception because they literally have the same exact name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I would have, I didn't see the picture of Michael Jordan, so that's why I was like, probably not the same person. But all right, yeah, Michael B. Jordan, sexiest man alive. Good for you. Enjoy that. That's a good thing to celebrate for Thanksgiving this year.
Absolutely.
If Michael B. Jordan came wrapped up in a present, 2020 would be forgiven.
Kaya, the fact that at the beginning of the show you said that your aunt and your mom listened to the show.
I'm kidding. I'm so kidding, guys. I'm literally kidding.
Now they're gonna hear you say all of this.
I'm joking. I'm serious. Okay, so actually because we are coming to a close to our show, and I know we had a great time just talking about just some oddities and a great, sexiest man alive announcement. I'm still sounding weird, like Kaya, gosh, move on. So I just as you guys know, I always do a holiday segment, and there's always something to celebrate, and we're going to start off with World Toilet Day. But listen, this sounds kind of cringy, but it's actually a really important holiday that's designed to bring international attention to the fact that 2.5 billion people don't have access to proper sanitation. And this is a day created by the World Toilet Organization, but it was also later recognized by an official United Nations resolution as well. So it's a very important cause to bring awareness to the inaccessibility to proper sanitation in the world. We also have the last day of Transgender Awareness Week, and this is typically observed in the second week of November. And it's a 1-week celebration leading up the Transgender Day of Remembrance, which memorializes victims of transphobic violence. Also, we have the National Carbonated Beverage with Caffeine Day. Ew, soda. But yes, so go ahead and get yourself a glass of Pepsi. You will not be scolded for that whatsoever. We also have a National Play Monopoly Day, a Great American Smokeout Day, and a National Rural Health Day. So these are a little bit of the weird holidays that you can also just go crazy with. And yeah, those are your holidays for today. There will be more tomorrow. You can always check out, you can always look up the holidays recommended at the holidaycalendar.com. That's where I find these holidays to share with you guys. So if you want to find out what's going on tomorrow, then you can just go to that website. So thank you so much for listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, the Thursday edition of the Morning Buzz. We were so happy to have you join us. We honestly wish you an amazing weekend. You know, it is Friday Eve, so we're so close to the finish line of this week. So really get yourself a hot cocoa or, you know, a peppermint mocha latte, which even though I don't really like mocha lattes, it's fine though. You'll be forgiven. Just any hot beverage. Take care of yourself. A happy, amazing, awesome birthday to Crystal Santos. Her 22nd birthday is today. Have an amazing day, girl.
Thank you.
Of course. And you can always tune in tomorrow morning for George and Leslie for the Friday edition, and as well as the Weekend Wake Up, which you can find on 93 WMSC, our YouTube channel. All right, guys, have an awesome day, and we will see you next week.